Attack on New Pork City. Episode 7. The Pig Empire is reeling after the destruction of Titan Forge at the hands of the rebels. After learning of Titan Forge's destruction, Porkington kills Oinktrot, believing two chefs can't cook in the same kitchen. With Emperor Porkington resurrected by Oinktrot, he fully resumes control of the Pig Empire at once. After being resurrected, it was clear that this wasn't the same Porkington. He had gone mad before his death, but this time, he wasn't even fully pig. With half his body and mind consumed by machinery, he was ruthless. He continued to kill dissenters and consolidate his power at every opportunity after his resurrection. Porkington, realizing his power is unlimited, but the shot clock on his empire is ticking away, orders an all-out strike against the rebel headquarters. All Pig Imperial forces will siege the rebel stronghold in one final blitz in the hopes of killing Porcus, kidnapping Lyris, or both. On the rebel stronghold, Porcus, Lyris and Barge learn of Porkington's resurrection and his swift murder of Oinktrot. They fear this could turn the tide of the war, but remember their victory at Titan Forge was a turning point. Badge continues to advise the rebels on how to defeat Porkington, utilizing his advanced human technology. The rebels continue to train and recruit new forces to their side of the battle, but darkness approaches. Over the rebel headquarters, the entirety of the Pig Imperial Armada has arrived. They launch an all-out assault on the rebel stronghold, launching Imperial groundwalkers and throwing everything they have at the rebels. The rebels were no doubt caught off guard by this attack. However, they fought back valiantly. They knew the meaning of both victory and defeat in this battle. As the battle neared its bitter end, rebel leaders argued with Barge on how to proceed. Rebel leaders demanded Lyris flee, but Lyris decided to personally lead the counterattack. Lyris lost a hand leading the counterattack, but inspired her troops. She flees with Badge and Porcus to the command center. Unknown to them at the time, Imperial Black Ops retrieved Lyris's fallen hand and immediately left to deliver it to Porkington. Inspired by Lyris's fearlessness, rebel troops fought back bravely. Slowly but surely, they eliminated the Pig Imperial forces. Hope is a stronger weapon than any army. They held the Pig Imperial flag in mockery as they celebrated victory. Even though Porkington's army suffered a heavy loss, Porkington got what he truly wanted. With Lyris's biometrics, he ordered his scientist to plug up her hand directly into the superweapon. His scientist worked hard and got the superweapon ready. They hoisted it to the top of the tallest tower on the Pig Imperial homeworld. Remaining Pig Imperial spacecraft gathered around the Pig Imperial homeworld as news of its preparations spread around the military. Not wasting any time, Porkington ordered the weapon to be fired. The weapon fired, blasting an energy beam across the galaxy. The weapon, believed to only destroy alien worlds, ended up targeting every world. Every single planet in the galaxy felt the wrath of the superweapon. Even the Pig Imperial homeworld was consumed by the fire of the superweapon. Top Imperial commanders and civilians could only watch in horror as life ended. Porkington died alone in his lair, at peace with achieving his ultimate goal. One by one, the fire of the superweapon reached almost every planet in the galaxy, leaving ruin in its wake. Somehow, Lyris and Barge were able to flee the blast in Barge's spacecraft. Porcus remained on the rebel stronghold to die with his troops. They could only watch in horror as the galaxy was annihilated. Barge took Lyris back to his home galaxy to regroup and see what they could do. But Barge was overcome with grief and PTSD. Whenever he looked at Lyris, he could only see her prosthetic arm, and flashes of Porkington raced across his mind. He feared she could become Porkington, and his PTSD drove him to believe she may end up being a threat to his home galaxy. Over the course of time, Barge's PTSD won the day. Barge killed Lyris in cold blood to avoid what happened to her galaxy happening to his. Barge never recovered from this moment. In the wake of Hamageddon, silence became the only witness. On distant moons, the last outposts flickered against the void. Among the refugees of the Great War, hope smouldered faintly. But the weight of tragedy endured heavier than the fire. Worlds once teeming with life lay charred and dead, and as the galaxy itself dimmed, only darkness remained. A reminder etched into the silence. Empires do not fall into graves, they linger, and in the waiting dark, they dream of return. Thank you for watching the new Pork Saga. This is Raleighwood.